Hi, welcome back to Godly Play. I'm so happy you could be with me again today. We're still on our journey on the way to Bethlehem because it's still the season of Advent. And we know that because it's still the color blue, right? Do you remember what the color blue tells us? It's an important, serious color, the color of royalty. More specifically, the color of kings. The color that we use in Advent is announcing to us that a king is coming, and we need to get ready because this king is not like any king we've ever met before. Why, it's quite the mystery of Christmas, and we need to get ready. So here we are. Let's remember where we've been. We started the first Sunday of Advent, remembering the prophets. Now, the prophets were people that were so close to God, and God was so close to them, that they always seemed to know what was most important, where to go, what to do, even who was most important. And what they did is they pointed us the way to Bethlehem. They said for us to go to Bethlehem because something incredible was going to be happening there. They didn't tell us exactly what, but they told us where, and they pointed us the way. The other thing the prophets told us that's pretty darn important is to stop, watch, and listen. To take time out of our busy lives to pay attention. Because you know what? We can get so busy, we're going to walk right through that mystery of Christmas and not even know it. Thank you, prophets. Let's see, we learned about the second Sunday about the Holy Family. So the Holy Family, if you remember, they also had to go to Bethlehem, where we had Mother Mary and Father Joseph, and they had to walk to Bethlehem all the way from Nazareth, which is a long way. It took them 6 whole days to get there. Well, and if you remember, Mother Mary was about to have a baby, and walking when you're about to have a baby is really hard. But they had this donkey. So when she got tired of walking, she could ride the donkey. But riding a donkey when you're about to have a baby, that's not very easy either. So she'd walk for a while. When she got tired of that, she would ride for a while. And they walked and rode all the way to Bethlehem. I imagine they were pretty tired and maybe some of the last people to make their way up the road into Bethlehem that night. And then last week, on the third Sunday, we remembered the shepherds. That was a good story. You remember how the shepherds were out in their field outside the town of Bethlehem? It was a very dark night. Oh, and it was cold, and they were trying to guard their sheep from the wolves. They were getting so sleepy, having a hard time staying awake. Well, in the middle of this dark night, suddenly the sky was ablaze with light and noise, such loud noise. They were terrified. They had no idea what was going on, but they listened harder and they realized that someone was speaking to them, and it was angels. Yes, angels were saying, and what were they saying? Don't be afraid, because that's what angels have to do, because they can be kind of scary, I guess. So they said, don't be afraid. We bring you glad tidings of great joy. A king is born, a child is born in Bethlehem. Go and see the king, the baby whose birth changes everything. So the shepherds too were on their way to Bethlehem. Well, now here we are in the 4th Sunday of Advent. And I'm wondering who else might be making their way to Bethlehem with us. Well, there were 3 very special travelers coming from far away in the east. 3 travelers that we call the 3 wise men, or the 3 magi. The magi were men who were so smart and knew so much that people actually thought they might be magic. And one of the things that they knew best were the stars in the sky. They actually had maps of all the stars and constellations, and they could map their movements throughout the year. And with this special knowledge, they could help people decide when to plant their crops, when to harvest them, maybe the best time to make a trip or plan a marriage. Many important decisions people consult with the Magi to make their decision. Well, one night they saw a wild star up in the sky. And this star was not like any star they'd ever seen before. Why, it wasn't on any map that they had. And the star just kept moving around. It just seemed to go wherever it wanted to go. And they decided, we're going to follow that star. We're going to find out where it's going and what it has to teach us. Well, guess what? The star led them to Bethlehem. So they all ended up in Bethlehem. Now, I know that the Magi were not there in time for the birth of the baby. No, they got there a little later, and in the church, we celebrate their arrival around January 6th. They're a little late, but they had a long way to go. But the point is, they were also on the journey to Bethlehem. They were all making the journey then, and we're still making the journey today, all the way. Everybody getting ready to enter into the mystery of Christmas. This is the light of the prophets. And this is the light of the Holy Family. Here's the light of the shepherds. Remember the pink candles symbolizing joy. And Mother Mary. And last but not least, here's the light of the Magi. Let's enjoy the light. Want to see me change the light? Because the light is here and it's now. But then I can change it. And the light moves from here and now out. And it spreads and gets thinner and thinner until it's everywhere. It's everywhere. So everywhere you go, you can't get away from the light of the prophets, the Holy Family, the shepherds, and the wise men or the Magi. Their light starts and comes out into the world. So no matter where you are on your way to Bethlehem, their light will be there to guide you too. Well, how are you doing with your preparations? Are you getting ready? We're really close to Christmas, and I know it's so exciting. But don't forget to stop, wait, watch, and listen so you don't miss anything. Listen to the stories, enjoy the music. Just sit and snuggle with someone you love. Share a wonderful snack, because I certainly hope you have some good Christmas cookies now in your house. That's a pretty nice little feast to have, isn't it? All of these things help get our hearts ready to receive the big light, the light and love of Christmas. So get yourself ready this week. The countdown is on. We only have a few more days left. So hang in there. Be good, say your prayers. Thank God for all the many wonderful things in your life, especially for light and stories and people to share them with. And I know I give thanks for God and for you because I love you, and more importantly, God loves you. So have a great week, and I'm going to see you Christmas Eve. Bye.